Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. I'm here finally. I plan on starting the video, but anyway, what's going on is there's possibly some severe weather headed this way. So we may have to cut the stream short. Because they called out specifically where I live, between where I live and a town 50 miles to the north. They said that it's if there's going to be any severe storms or tornadoes, the storms are severe, if there's going to be any tornadoes, it will be in that area. So I'm not sure what to do, guys. Because I really need to keep an eye on the weather. Okay, what I will do I didn't want it up there.
So for tomorrow's risk, we'd already seen that the day one risk is moved into tomorrow. We see the remnants of this storm move through North Alabama here in the morning hours. They're going to track that generally down this direction to Georgia. Atlanta, no severe for you. South and west of here. Greensboro, there should be fine. Down here in southeastern Alabama, southern Georgia, southern South Carolina, it's still what our threats are for tomorrow. So just marginal threat.
Oh, where the hell is it?
So the threat is going to be for wind. But we do have a 5%
Okay.
Jersey and Philadelphia.
Sorry, guys.
However, the rest of this risk
Trying to
area
find my. There it is.
here. The rest of this risk area go through New York, coming up into New England here. This is all for damaging wind.
Yes, we're under.
Damaging wind up here. So this powerful storm system that's going through eastern Ohio right now. It's just
Give me just a second, guys. Sorry.
winds up here. Strong winds. That's what to expect. Not going to be a life for it. It's a slight risk of 2 out of 5 for the storm prediction zone. So, very low likelihood that anyone in the weather will be impacted. It's worth keeping
Dang it.
off.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
All the severe thunderstorm warnings up here are not existent anymore. It's just a little bit of it moving through northwestern Pennsylvania here. Maybe down in the Pittsburgh area, it's going to be gusty. Everywhere else along this area, hopefully it's fine. If you're
Right, guys, we're gonna be playing some
along this line,
60 seconds reatomized.
Lexington, Kentucky, or Cincinnati, Columbus, Cleveland, if you're still listening. Thanks for being here. Just national. Tupelo. Thank you for hanging out. Glad to be here. And everywhere that is like, more than an hour away from the storms here. More than an hour away from the storms here. You guys are also going to be fine today. to as many people as I possibly can speak, have a way to receive warnings locally, so that's
Okay.
very safe.
So we're under tornado watch until 7 a.m. Holy shit.
So he's also, of course, giving her next year election officers, do not try to is the most thing to do. Make sure that they are worshiping, because they're doing all the work that I'm relaying to you. The young man here, offering insight, offering expertise to make sure it makes sense. That's what I do. So this, if this storm here in Marion County, Alabama, this tornado is going to pass in between Hamilton and Hackett shortly, and right towards England in Alabama, as it goes into Winston.
Okay. All right, well, I've got the radar pulled up,
And a tornado
so I can watch
is
it.
all right. Athens indicator. In the immediate path of this thing, I don't see much of anything that says here. I don't see a reason to be
What the hell?
about these
That was not it. Sorry,
punch.
wrong button.
And
I pushed it and then I hit it.
still in northeast Mississippi,
Oh, so I don't know if the internet's going to go to hell or not. So,
Jackson, Mississippi, it's pretty much wind and hail. I still don't see much of anything developing here. The storm looks like a straight line wind back here,
all right.
approaching Erie and Aberdeen. This tornado warning still in mind. Please be taking shelter though into Monroe County. I would just shelter in the interior of this house as this storm passes through these areas. Just because it's going to be strong winds. Best thing if some storm comes out.
Oh, great.
As for you're about an hour and a half out. Storms should be in the not too bad when they get to you. Okay, I'm moving forward. Just out ahead of the storm. And close to your south.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry, guys.
Risky part of the storm should stay just
I hit the wrong button again. God damn it.
You got one. Let's go. In full count. I'm meant to go. Okay, Victor. Yes. I love chat. I love all y'all here. Making sure I can keep up with you. Here we go. You guys are in the path of most
Okay.
concern. This that's going to try to
Can I?
pass it through Alabama.
Nope, they closed the goddamn thing again.
So we're watching out for you first and foremost in this area. Yeah,
What
we're
is
on
damn-
Marion County. I've seen it. Talk about it in just a second. In Kentucky, we're going south of this tornado. There's other parts of the world. It's like more southern part of the county, so we're right here at the peak going on.
There we go.
At the moment, though, still this storm in southeastern Kentucky is still rotating, but
All right, let's start a new game.
it's losing its steam. It's moving on.
I say if I may have to cut it short because, like, it may be here.
Again, the storm here still rotating east of Smithville, down to 2 warnings in Tennessee here.
Okay.
In White County now, north of Florida. You know, I just I wouldn't be surprised if this one up here puts out a tornado warning south of Cookville, headed towards Monterey Inland. This could be one last burst for the storm over here. It's the one I'm watching here, tracking north of Sparta, south of Cookville, mainland, to the north and west of Carson.
All right, we're gonna do this because we're just gonna. Basically, I just want to fuck around a bit and see.
Let's see. Good trend. See that rotation disturbance. the storms are just to your west. If there is anything going to happen here, Decatur, Alabama, 15 minutes to your west. Huntsville, same deal. The storm's over here, 30 minutes to your west. There's another good part to go. It's like almost done. So, a few more storms here. Limited concern here. This one to the south of Backward. Headed towards Hammond, west. So, Avery, this tornado warning was allowed to expire. Aberdeen, areas of Monroe County, one more tornado warning here. Just some powerful winds, wind ag, heavy rains. That's all through. Pikeville, Kentucky, sleeping. Brian sleeping. Good to hear him sleeping. Because Brian's sleeping, you know, the first thing he'll be doing is out being out there in the storm. That's cool. Brian's out. That's cool. Alright, let's look at Kentucky again. Definitely still losing steam. Just kidding. Still dangerous. I didn't get to that. These things should change every single minute, so we gotta keep just trying to follow trends as best as possible, but everything can change. Looks like the area of rotation here is going to pass it south of Corbin. Time on the direct path, rotating around the storm. Please be taking shelter in this tornado warning. You can see it going on there. Goes out to Corbin. Maybe we switch or Irvine on that other side. It's such a tease for Huntsville, and it's probably going to be nothing extremely low likelihood for Huntsville to be anything. So if you're comfortable with it, your anxiety's not getting the best of you, and you have to wake up until the morning, I'd say you're fine. Whitney County. Whitney County here. Yep, that's what we're looking at right now. This is going north or south. New tornado. We're looking. This is some weak tornado. Some weak rotation of the storm that's formed in this morning. It's petering out.
Oh, God damn it.
That's it. That's it. Let's see. Nothing was in Tennessee. Let's see. Oh, you guys are west of Manchester. Yeah, you're fine in Tullahoma. Thanks for checking in. You guys are fine in Tullahoma. Gotta do it, you're good. It's gonna be a storm in the morning. Right, wake you up. Cookville, you're about to be good. Actually, you're just about to be good. The strongest rains are just about to leave the town there, and once they do, Cookville, Tennessee. Still rotating here north of Sparta, though. Rotations to just to your south. South of Cookville. Monterey and Mainland, areas we're watching on this state too. Like the Mainland area, northwest of Roscoe. I think it will. I hope it will. But, that's all I can say about it right now. If you're in Kentucky, you're good. South of Corbin and Williamsburg here in Whitney County, heading towards Knoxville. Watching that area, but I think it's too late yet.
Can we go outside?
It's okay, Marion County.
Oh, we got it all.
Ongoing tornado warning here, just south of Backward. Signal look, I will see a tornado on the ground. Yes, this is 2,000 feet.
Yeah, I don't see anything else.
So that takes some time to see anything here. It's possible that we could have a tornado starting up here, just to the south of
like you should be able to get something outside. Oh, like an umbrella.
Now,
Oh.
actually, this is on the routes going to track just to the south of Bear Creek. Kent Furniture Store, right? Mountain Hill Church of Christ, North Haleyville. Now we can see an upgrade to this tornado here in Marion County into Winston County. And this is probably on the ground doing damage. In the very beginnings of something right here to the south of Back Road. We're going to see this expand in the next frame. This is probably a tornado on the ground.
Alright.
Things out running.
We got some shit.
We're talking about Neola, Tennessee. I think you're okay.
Kid Day 1. All this made into a shelter, just a second before blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work. Down here. Remember, here in Kansas, it was healthy for you. That shelter used to be fully stocked, but somehow we always found a better way to use stock supplies instead of leaving them for emergencies.
Still out.
Once we had a soup dinner party, and the time we needed a rifle to help our neighborhood watch it in a vicious fight against raccoons. Luckily, some of the supplies were left untouched.
And the same is going to be true for you. Besides this area, for this area right here, your Haleyville.
So yeah, plus bullets, plus thing, and plus cards. Hey look, we found a in the suitcase we got upstairs. Good thing we didn't unpack our holiday luggage. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, we'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. There's plenty of water means we don't have to worry about that for some time. This is the best stocked shelter I've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies.
New data, hopefully coming in soon.
Time, direction, supplies.
Seconds.
I mean, first day,
Here it is.
nobody needs it. Well,
There we go. We're all over this super cell. Southeast of Hackleburg, we have a tornado on the ground. We're in Marion County. So this is upgraded to confirmed. Haleyville, you're in line of this south of Bear Creek. Let's take a close look. So it actually should
Okay.
go.
we're regular families, so we have the occasional argument too, but it was never as intense as the fight we just got into. We don't want to speak to each other. Let's just hope this won't last too long.
Between Bear Creek and Haleyville, please take a jump.
Oh shit, I didn't check the other tabs. Day 2. Alright, we could barely sleep after all that arguing. Let's hope this won't happen again. Dolores is quite calm given the situation. There's nothing going on with Ted, nothing new anyway. There isn't anything new bothering Mary Jane, and Tim seems okay as much as he can be in our current situation. Time, ration, supplies.
This storm right here near Mainland, Tennessee does anything. That Haleyville, Alabama storm, I think is the last one that night, imminently concerned. So near term. So let's check in near Corbin really quickly, and then we'll go back to our new tornado.
Kate Tidson's in really good shape for a trip. Oh, looks like they're still irritated. Going to that way is not unsafe.
Fine.
There's somebody getting sick.
So now this is passing. This area of rotation is close to Corbin and Woodbine, but it looks like there'll be some crap now.
It's the best time for us to make plans for the future. We can't think about what we can accept for a situation. House is still standing, or we have to move some before taking hold in Toronto.
So chances are being so this one looks like crap. I don't see anything else going on near Corbin. New tornado warning for Franklin and Lawrence County in Alabama. So that's what it is. What is going on? This is okay. So this is for this storm. This is two National Weather Service offices.
Should we go outside?
This is for Birmingham.
No, I don't think so.
So, this was issued by Huntsville. Okay, so Huntsville, Alabama has issued this tornado warning up into Franklin and Lawrence County. So there, National Weather Service Department extend this warning to Winston. That's what's going on.
it's getting closer.
Up to Brandon, Wilton, and Alabama, down to Grayson and Del Springs, or in, within reasonable possible paths of this tornado. So let's start taking shelter there in these areas.
Okay.
At the moment, this is still west of Bear Creek, still 6 minutes, 7 minutes out of it.
Day 3, we can make it working in Toronto. Question is, how do we find a boat to get there? Where is the best way to get to Europe? Dolores is quite calm in the situation. Ted seems to be doing alright. The world's gone to shit. A crappy place. If there's anything new bothering Mary Jane, Ted seems okay. As much as you can be. Okay. Next page.
These greens and blues here right now are just about the breeze being kicked up. There's the tornado somewhere in the center of this. Could be a pretty
Damn it. There we go.
Right now it looks like the tornado's moving a little bit more to the north, which means it'll go right through Bear Creek and Alabama up next. So we got the Dollar General there, the Phillips High School Community Center there in Bear Creek, about 4 or 5 blocks with the town here. And
Day 4.
so hopefully this lifts just before this lifts.
Nothing solves problems better than an honest conversation over a hot beverage. We don't have the ladder, but we talking alone seems to do the trick. Life is hard for all of us right now, but Dolores is in a good mood today. We hope we'll stay this way. This morning has been calm enough for Ted, and he's doing well. Mary Jane says she's fine and doesn't need anything. Timmy might not look it, but he's a strong young boy. He's doing just fine.
I do expect words of Winston County to be eventually here.
Damn it. It's touchy shit.
So Florence is completely good. Athens about
The contamination of our town is still strong. Scavenging in these conditions could result in radiation sickness.
What's that do?
Ted is happy to risk the life and waste. Dolores is confident she will survive. Mary Jane is more than ready to go out. And Timmy can do it. Timmy can go to the wasteland. No, I don't think we will. We never thought we'd live to see a dancing cockroach. We still haven't, but we saw one that was nearly as big as a cat. The good news is they're probably scared off by rats in the area. Or they've probably scared off any rats in the area. Bad news is they're huge and will probably attack us when they get a chance.
Tornado. There's the warning from Winston County.
Well,
About a minute out from Bear Creek now.
no.
Nighttime tornado really dangerous.
Spray.
It's still probably on the ground here.
Day 5.
This is
We dodged a bullet this time, but as if a bullet was huge, hairy, and it had 8 legs and a glowing head. Hopefully we won't have to deal with them again. Life is hard for all of us right now, but Dolores is in a good mood today. We hope it'll stay this way. Ted is fine. Mary Jane isn't worried, or at least she's not saying so out loud. Like a good scout he is, Timmy is making the best out of the situation. He even seems cheerful. Time to ration supplies.
Advanced affiliates. Water plant here.
Oh, there we go. That's the easy way. The contamination of our town is still strong. Scavenging in these conditions could result in radiation sickness.
It's a weak tornado if it's not.
We will not. Woke up to dripping sound and totally noticed there's some leaking from the pipes. The green liquid looked innocent enough, even after it ate through the table and the chair and the floor. Patching up the pipe is probably a good idea.
It's an it's about to go north of Haleyville, so they call it Haleyville. Unless you're north towards the industrial should be alright here. In Posey Field. Posey Field, north of Haleyville. This tornado could travel near that area.
Did you find duct tape in the suitcase? That's what I'm hoping.
Now taking shelter. Of course, everyone in these pink polygons should be taking shelter.
It doesn't look like it. We grabbed an old suitcase and shoved it in the pipe. Seemed like all that liquid was supposed to leak out, so it did during the night. On the bright side, we don't have to worry about the smell making us sick anymore. The downside, our suitcase is completely ruined. Life is hard for all of us right now, but Dolores is in a good mood today. We hope it'll stay that way. Ted is not complaining today, at least not very much. Mary Jane is feeling safe. Who wouldn't miss coffin-sized shelter? Timmy is on his best behavior. How long will it last? Oh, there's a car. Shoop. We're still highly radioactive. Trips to the surface are a big risk. Well, then we will wait. Where's one when you need one? We're really bored and need something to occupy ourselves with. Too many hours of counting pipe droplets is not healthy. There has to be an alternative.
But less than what we were seeing, especially on this ring, starting to fizzle out just a bit
Cards.
here. But less intense rotation just over that ring.
Day 7.
So, fortunately, we did go through Southern Bakery, and it was just businesses there.
There are a few things relaxing these cards, and we only have cards. So a game or two doesn't hurt. Life is hard for all of us right now. Dolores is in a good mood today. We hope it'll stay this way. Ted is not complaining, at least not very much. Mary Jane says she's fine and doesn't need anything. Timmy seems okay, as much as he can be in our current situation.
Extended to include most of northern Knox County, and now into western.
Looks like you're still radiated. Rumor is unsafe. Yeah, let's just not.
Okay, so southern Clay County.
Breathe calmly. 1, 2, 3. It's better. Don't panic. Don't panic. You need to open the door. This means that we're all going to die. Open the door.
Southeastern. So London, Kentucky.
No.
We're not in this. It's far away near to southeastern. So this is going towards Leslie County. You're not reporting yet here in Kentucky.
Keeping the door closed was the right thing to do, but the tensions are rising in our tiny little shelter. Dolores is quite calm given the situation. There isn't much going on with Ted, no trouble, nothing new. Mary Jane seems totally fine. Hopefully it will stay that way. Timmy seems okay, as much as he can be. Feed them all the soup and the water. Neighborhood's still highly radioactive. Trips to the surface are a risk. Well, we should probably not do that then. No, there's no need to right now.
This should be the end of this.
Well, I guess what we already got ourselves our very own thought garden. We got a bunch of mushrooms growing on one of the walls. They're big enough to be eaten. How about that? I don't know.
Charlotte, North Carolina, you're fine.
Sure. We'll try it.
As the storm reaches the end of its life here, anywhere else it could
They died from mushrooms, didn't they? No? We learned something today. Tomato soup is our best friend, and mushrooms aren't. Dolores is still doing quite well, or she just can't find anything to complain about today. Nothing going on with Ted, nothing new.
Crossville.
Mary Jane isn't worried, or at least she's not saying it. No news is good news. There's nothing new going on with Timmy.
Right now, I don't see rotation. I don't see
Shoop, 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 voila.
super tight rotation. Just really broad rotation in here. Over the mainland, around the Monterey area here. It's Clark Range.
Neighborhood's still highly radioactive, so its service are a big risk. Well, then we don't need to do it.
This one, I think that you're just going to
No.
get heavy rain here.
We know very little about what's going on outside. It'd be a good idea to find out more. Maybe discover anything else we need safe to ready to get up with this.
I think this is
Good news is we got one.
storms over here. There's really heavy rain and damaging winds for any of the most powerful areas here. And
Day 10.
I think we're good. Beyond that.
We were able to get a weak signal and tap into the government's emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news. The fallout outside is mostly gone. It should be much safer to travel on the surface now. Today was relatively calm for Dolores. Ted is fine. It's always better when things are calm. Luckily, nothing new happened to Mary Jane today. Tammy seems okay, as much as he can be, as usual.
I'm going to receive warning signals. Back to the north of Halo and out
Doop, 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 doop.
every frame here looks like it's left.
Seems awfully quiet outside. Maybe it's safe, maybe it's not. We won't until we go out.
It's still rotating. Heading towards Grayson. In northern Winston County. So
Yes, we should.
But
Get scared when all of a sudden our map just fell off the wall.
as we see
So this haunted map fell down. It revealed some sort of safe behind it.
Cell to north of Pullman, Alabama. Those are the areas we're watching.
Sure.
The continuation of the supercell. This is the only one I'm concerned with now. Nothing else. Is more than.
So I was certain how the milk found out. It was some sort of just playing a trick on us. It's a friendly one. Inside the safe, we found some useful items. We'll do this just courtesy of not calling it an exorcist. Of not calling an exorcist. Holy shit. Ooh. Ted's fine with Dolores. This morning has been calm enough for Ted, and he's doing well. Mary Jane is feeling safe. Who wouldn't in this coffin-sized shelter? No news, good news for Timmy. Boop, 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 boop. I'm preparing for the expedition since yesterday and feel ready to go right now. I wish we lucky when to venture out to the unknown.
Consider taking shelter within Wesley County. Fine. But this doesn't apply so
Let's send Ted.
Just want to be in their safe spots in Knox County into Southern Waco, Kentucky. That's what I have to say about that. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for the support. On the nighttime hours. Glad everything was. Sorry we had to end that first one. Probably not so quite a bit there, but I really appreciate you guys.
Well, hell.
As many people as possible. And, you know, helping is not making sure that, you know, everyone just is safe and so that's good.
What should we take?
We do. Another thing that's super important to talk about is the storm anxiety. Right? This is one of the best ways to deal with storm anxiety. If I can tell you the day the storm is, if you live out looking here, I'm not talking about
I guess the map?
switching around.
No, we'll need that later.
Absolutely. So, yeah, let's look at this, the results of this day while we wait to see updates on this penetrance racing. So the result of today's high risk that we went through. At the moment, we have 62 tornado warnings. 62 tornado warnings. Filtered down to 54. So at least 54 confirmed tornadoes. That number is definitely going up as more places are surveyed.
Well, we can take the gun, but we can't take ammo. Flashlight? Yeah, suit, maybe. We'll need water. Let's say water.
By all means, we're here at least for some part of this event today. You helped out if you were watching, just by being a part of this. You enabled us as a team together, Ryan and I, to get this.
Actually, it's fine, everybody's fine. We thought phone calls being passed. We thought bomb obliterated everything in town. However, a phone booth on the street started bombing somehow. Seems to be ringing right now.
Just be the case. It's just what it is, but I've slept through many of these in the past.
Let's send Mary Jane, why not?
It's out loud, it's past the limits of the same guys. 99.999% of people at this point.
It's way too dangerous to randomly run to a ring phone little radioactive ghost town. Not taking chances, took a while for the ring to stop. Pretty annoying for all of us. Days been fine for Dolores. Mary Jane isn't worried. Despite their circumstances, Tim is fine.
It's tough to wait around 3 hours just to see something randomly take off, and that's why we
You can sit on our backsides here in this tiny little bunker, or we're just thinking about getting it away, as far away as possible from the radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought the Reds would ruin such a lovely neighborhood? We could do it on our own, the escaping part, not the running part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Let's keep our eyes and ears open.
just waiting on this storm in northwestern Idaho.
Day 14. Ted's still not back. That's worrisome.
Time.
We know the government has not fallen, and they're coming to save us. They didn't give exact dates in the transmission, but we're sure it won't keep us waiting long. They said we'll be in touch in a couple of days and told us we'll wait for their instructions. Today's been fine for Dolores. Mary Jane didn't cause any trouble, and no trouble dared cross her path. Timmy might not look it, but he's a strong young boy.
It's like Peter here.
When I sleep fell, we should have a lot of disturbances. Something making a lot of noise. Couldn't sleep. Coming from another floor. Well, oh, well. I guess we need to, you know.
My eyes on the street, making sure I'm covered in.
Might have been a mistake. I didn't want the flashlight to get broken. Went down with hearts in our throats. Nothing happened. Found a tiny passage blocked. Those were gone after a while. Hopefully it'll stay that way. Today's been fine. For Dolores, Mary Jane's fine, and Timmy's okay. It bothers me that Ted's not back yet. We were admiring the active landscape when we saw a young woman dressed as in ragged camel clothing. She had a nasty-looking rifle, but she held this in a polite enough manner. She claimed to be a hunter tracking a big mutated spider, and she ran out of ammo and told us we were to help her. She would pay us back in a while. Sure. And we're not going to give her all of it, are we?
At this stage, as it stands right now,
Day 16. Oh, we did give her all the ammo. Fuck. Shouldn't have. She could have hurt us, but she didn't. They counted for something, and so we rewarded her with spare ammo. Let's see if she keeps her word. Today was relatively calm for Dolores. Mary Jane is feeling safe, Timmy is good, and Ted is still not back. The radio has been silent for the past few hours. We need news. We need music. We all agree on that, and if it's refusing to cooperate, we need to meddle with it until it works. No. Day 17. Is Ted back? Shit, Ted's back. Holy hell. We're sure they're experiencing technical issues. Yes, that said, everything will be just fine. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. We went on a trip to a more specific place, this time a local museum on Tranquility Lane. Several rooms in a corridor were wall decorated with some charred paintings that survived the blast. The whole place doesn't even look that bad. It's almost like a modern art exhibit. In front of the museum, we found a box. What? With some water bottles in it. It was probably left there by some delivery company, and that delivery company is probably out of business now. Our guess is it was blown out of the market. We got 2 water. We're hoping for some sweets and snacks, but all the museum canteen held to offer was tomato soup. Poor tourists. The last expedition got us thinking, maybe we could just drive away from this neighborhood somehow. Of course, most automobiles available are completely burnt out. But if we find a solid base and scavenge enough parts, perhaps we could build a vehicle of our own. We better keep an eye out for those future expeditions. Everything seems okay with Dolores. Ted is fine. It's always better when things are calm. Luckily, nothing new has happened to Mary Jane today. Timmy's on some behavior, but for how much longer? Bop, beep, beep, beep. Go. He's awful quiet. It's very safe. Let's send Timmy. The team. Snapdragons were a cruel joke or just a child's playful imagination. We found nothing and only wasted our afternoon running around. Today was relatively calm for Dolores. Ted seems to be doing all right, even though the world has gone to a crappy place. It's impressive how well Mary Jane is handling the situation. She looks fine today. Nothing new to report on Timmy. Seems like you can go outside. Really should we go outside? Well,
I would recommend staying away for another 30 minutes, 45 minutes. As it passes to the south of Decatur and to the south.
He can go explore and get into places that Ted can't. Day 19. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Dolores is quite calm in the situation. There's nothing much going on with Ted right now. No trouble, nothing new. Mary Jane is feeling safe. Who wouldn't in this coffin-sized shelter? I wish they had some other stuff.
Here at the end, through the second stream, through all of the today, take some time to relax.
One thing you don't expect is a band of people all dressed up in green showing up at your doorstep and claiming they're from the rich. They take from the rich and give to the poor. That's exactly what happened to us. Should we let those clowns in? They might provide some quality entertainment.
Please take shelter if you are in age group.
Let's not. Day 20.
Thank 150,000 current viewers for watching Ryan and Reese number 7.
We didn't answer those peculiar calls and kept the door locked until the noises outside faded away. We're not exactly sure what those people... we're not even sure we want those people to come back. They sounded harmless enough, but can harmless people be trusted at these terrible times? They might be worse than those who don't seem harmless at all. Dolores is quite calm. Ted is not complaining. And as always, Mary Jane has got nothing new happening.
That might happen until then.
Our situation gets worse every day. We can see the hunger and desperation in each other's eyes. We know a teacher from the local school rescued a bunch of kids when the bomb fell. We also know what kind of supplies are in the school shelter. As part of the community, we help stock. We help stock it for emergency. So technically they're ours, right? Should we reclaim them in our hour of need? Sure, why not?
Alright. If I can't, then I will be live streaming anyways with Ryan. Just as we did today. We made it through a high first one since March 2020.
We know Richard has some supplies, but for some reason we don't feel very good about it. Feel very good about it. Let's just never mention this whole thing again. Today's been fine for Dolores this far. Ted is not complaining today. And Dolores, and Mary Jane is not having anything bother her.
Alright, we've done it. Have a great night. Thank you for hanging out. Unfortunately, we see you again soon.
Yesterday during charades, we learned that Mary Jane doesn't know how to spell
Scared, be prepared. Good night. Thank you.
I don't even think I can say that word.
Welcome to the Manchester. Lots of fantastic
To what? They just... Okay, well, I guess, fuck us then. So I had to find some other weather. You're stating shades anti-disestablishmentarianism. And I said it. And has left Dolores sorely disappointed. She insists on a home, or rather shelter schooling Mary Jane Little. Sure. Day 22. Dolores does not mess around. What started out as a spelling exercise has quickly found its way to a math revision, followed by a short physics course, and ending on tinkering with the random objects in the shelter. Mary Jane looks exhausted, but we can't deny the state of our shelter has improved today. Dolores is quite calm in the situation. This morning has been calm enough for Ted, and he's doing well. It's always better when things are calm. Luckily, nothing new happened to Mary Jane today. It's hard being down here, living here. We need to make the best of it, or else we might find ourselves in even more trouble. That is true. Day 23. Being stuck in such a tiny shelter would make anyone a bit apathetic. We need to stay calm and await the rescue. Surely they're coming for us, right? Today was relatively calm for Dolores. Ted is not complaining, at least not much, and it's impressive how well Mary Jane is handling the situation. She looks fine today. We received another transmission from the Army. They'll be doing a quick sweep of the area and asked all survivors to leave markings at the nearest bus stop to indicate they're around. The markings are to be made with cards. Guess we won't be able to play poker, but if that gets us rescued, then we can probably make that sacrifice. Oh shit, did I not? I didn't click the cards. Damn. Damn it, we missed our chance to let them and say no, we're here. There's a good bet they will get back to us again. But when will that be? Dolores is doing quite well, or she just can't find anything to complain about today. Ted is not complaining, and nothing's happened to Mary Jane. Every new smell attacks your noses into the shelter instantly. There isn't much we can miss. So when a single brick fell out revealing from the wall, revealing a tight opening, our senses were immediately invaded by a terrible stench. We should probably check that hole out and see what the source of the smell is. Yeah, probably. Day 25. We looked into the hole, thinking something might come at us with its claws, fangs, or mutated and sharp body parts, but nothing happened. Instead, we found a dead rat who was trying to break into a can of tomato soup. He failed miserably. We have a feeling we will be luckier than him, so we confiscated it. We gave that rat proper burial in an empty can. He deserved that much. +1 soup. Dolores is pretty fatigued. Dolores is quite calm given the situation. Ted is pretty fatigued. The morning's been calm enough for Ted, and he's doing well. Mary Jane is pretty fatigued. Mary Jane is feeling safe, and who wouldn't be? Boop, boop, boop. Sometimes a sudden urge to play an instrument takes over us. It takes us over. To create beautiful sounds to be shared with the world around us. To sing and play and have the cute mutated animals come to our feet to listen, like a post-apocalyptic Snow White. Shall we? Sure, why the hell not? Or we get shot. Day 26. And 1 moment, please. Okay, we're about to be under a serious thunderstorm warning. It'll be fine. Timmy's back, and there's a mutated mutant cockroach. Oh, I didn't know you. What about health and choose the future survival? X. I can fuck with the lights. Day 26. Figure out what you wish for. After a few minutes of playing, a small group of mutated cockroaches jumped out of the cracks center walls and started moving to the rhythm of the song. They ran around in circles and shook their little antennae. It would be adorable if they weren't so disgusting. What are we supposed to do with them now? We're so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. We were hoping this expedition would be successful. Too bad that was not the case. window shopped nearby parking lots for a vehicle that wasn't completely burned out. Unfortunately, we found nothing of value. Maybe future expeditions will be more lucky. Life is hard for all of us right now, but Dolores is in a good mood today. We hope it'll stay this way. Ted is fine. Mary Jane is nothing bothering her, and Timmy is good. Well, at least he was 5 minutes ago. Soup and water for everybody. Day 26. Let's send Ted again. Maybe. This is insane. We keep finding spiders everywhere. They're in soup or water. We swear some of them keep coming back. And they're bigger every time we see them. We can't go on like this. I don't know what we're going to do with it about it, but... Day 27. We decided we get rid of the spiders with bare hands and whatever feet, and whatever other body parts we could use for lethal anti-spider attacks. Unfortunately, we have so many of their chances. Did really fast. All we achieved was getting tired. We'll have more luck next time. Dolores is quite calm. Nothing with Ted. Mary Jane isn't worried, and Timmy is okay. Being very brave. Oh, I bet if we didn't fuck up the suitcase, we could have taken it. God damn it. Well, now we know. Let's send Ted. Map. Day 28. Ted left for the surface. We'll be back soon. Equipment map. Dolores is quite calm in the situation. Nothing new bothering Mary Jane, and no news is good news for Timmy. Soup him up. Seriously, he's a looking trader with carrying equally used scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal. For us, just one can of soup. We get the bag and all its contents. We can't wait to see what's inside, and the trader gives angry glances every time we take a step towards the mysterious bag. Should we make the deal? Sure, why not? We've got plenty of soup. Day 29. As soon as the door closed behind the trader, the bag started to violently shake, emitting screeching, hellish sounds. Terrified, we backed up against the walls. When the beast finally escaped, it turned out to be just an angry house cat. The feline gave us a menacing look and promptly sat down on the corner to clean itself. Its collar says Sharkov. Is that its name? -1 soup. Timmy's pretty fatigued. Like this guy is, Timmy is making the best out of the situation. He even seems cheerful. Today was relatively calm for Dolores. It's always better when things are calm. Luckily, nothing new happened to Mary Jane. We could use some extra supplies. Last time we went on a supply run, this damaged tank stuck to the rubble nearby. I would send someone to investigate. Yeah, let's send Timmy. Day 30. All we could find inside was the shell of the wrecked tank, okay. There were some loose rounds and ammunition. We picked them all up. Everything seems okay with Dolores. Mary Jane says she's fine. Timmy seems okay. as much as it can be. Soup them up. The funky roaches haven't really left us. To be fair, they aren't causing that much trouble. They even seem relatively friendly and curious. Just as when we opened our eyes, we saw them standing in a perfect line right in front of us as if they're waiting for something. Play the harmonica. Day 31. If you can't beat them, join them. We figured the roaches are craving more of our music, so we fulfilled their unspoken request. They started joyfully prancing around again, creating fun shapes on the floor. And then all of a sudden, they all left in one line. We thought the show was over, but they soon came back in a group, carrying supplies on their strong, mutated backs. Insane! It looks like we made some new friends. Disgusting, mutated, radioactive friends. +1 soup, +1 water. Today's fine for Dolores thus far. It's impressive how well Mary Jane is handling this. She looks fine, and nothing need to report on Timmy. Supplies! Soup 'em up! Wait, can I just... I can. Fuck me. Our town used to be a very quaint and friendly place before the blast. One of the townsfolk we often recall is an old man Jim, who would sometimes limp through our streets. Turns out he's alive and well, and still homeless. Some things never change. He clearly misses us as much as we miss him. He's been banging on our front door, or on our shelter door for the past few hours, asking us when we want to buy a rock. Sure? Day 32. We opened the door and greeted the old man with a smile. He was eager to show us a bag filled with a rich choice of rocks and convinced us to take one for free for old time's sake. We agreed, carefully choosing the best looking rock, and the man left. We can't complain, it's a good rock. Also, he claimed it brings luck. Well, we'll see about that. Everything seems okay with Dolores. Mary Jane is feeling safe, who wouldn't in this coffin-sized shelter. And Tim might not look it, but he's a strong young boy. He's doing just fine. Sharikoff is still a fresh addition to our little family, so we need to keep an eye on it. And believe it or not, just today we noticed something else on his collar. It seems to be a metal plate with an address on it, and it's not far. Should we take a quick trip to see what's there? Yes, we should. Day 33. We grabbed our new fluffy friend for a little stroll through the wastes, only to immediately run into a couple of gentlemen dressed in trench coats, fedoras, and shades. They gritted their teeth at the sight of the cat and said they'd be looking for it. Apparently it belongs to their dear old man who loves it dearly. Before we could utter a word, they took Sharikoff, thanked us, and left. The cat didn't seem to mind, so maybe it's for the best. Dolores is doing quite well, which just can't complain about today. Isn't anything bothering Mary Jane? And Timmy seems just fine. Supplies. Get it? Supplies. Another broadcast from military. They said they need to locate the general area we're in, and that they want us to leave some specific markings close by. They said the markings should be cards. Playing cards. How strange is that? We're supposed to go out to the nearest bus stop and pin the card denoting our head count there. Weird. Perhaps. But if we're doing it, the time is now. Okay, fine. Because we fucked up and missed the last one. Day 34. The cards are in place. All we need to do is wait for the army to pinpoint our location. That shouldn't take long, we hope. Today's been fine for Dolores. Still impressive as how well Mary Jane is handling this situation. She looks fine. And Timmy is good. Well, for now. Soup 'em up. We saw something strange on our way back from the expedition. A chain of lights on the horizon, pulsing and flashing in a chaotic manner. It didn't make much sense to us at the time, but when we discussed it in the shelter, Tim said it might have been a secret scout signal. He would need to check out the signal by himself and decode it using a scout book. Day 35. Ted's back. We haven't seen Timmy this excited in a long time. He decoded the flashing lights as a scout signal, indeed, which means some of his friends are still around kicking. Unless a few bandits found a scout book laying around and they're now trying to lure innocent kids into a trap. Timmy wants to prepare a coded message and try to transmit it soon. Yet Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the West surface. We've been discussing selling a house and moving someplace else. But in truth, we didn't exactly picture things as they turned out. We missed the old place. It was only natural that we decided to take a look and see if any of it was still standing. The only recognizable furniture in the kids' room were burnt desk and Mary Jane's bed. There was a hidden stash under the bed. It was full of soup cans, plus 2. Our kitchen is a pile of rubble. It took us weeks to find those lovely chairs that matched the floor tiles. Now they were nowhere to be found. Only a few bottles of water remained scattered in the dirt. Plus 2 water. The muddy swamp, which used to be our toilet, is now home to something that remotely resembles a mutated turtle. After exchanging a few pleasantries, it gave us anti-bug spray and wished us all the best of luck. Our map really took a beating during expedition and it's nearly unusable now. -1 map. Well, damn. If there's anything to report about Dolores, this is where it would have been written. Okay, so Ted is fine. Mary Jane seems fine today. Hopefully it will stay that way. Timmy might not look it, but he's a strong young boy. He's doing just fine. Shoop. We're not certain about the situation on the surface. A trip could be risky, but we could really use the supplies. Ted is happy to risk his life. Dolores is in pretty good shape. Mary Jane seems well and ready to go out and scavenge. And Timmy's in good health. Sure, let's send out Mary Jane, because we haven't sent her out yet. We've sent Timmy and Ted, but not Mary Jane. You would expect the post-apocalypse to be a time of peace and quiet, since, most of the people aren't around anymore. Yet here we have someone at the door. We open it, and we got a strange-looking man in a blue jumpsuit who asks us to treat him a water chip. A water chip? What in the hell is that? Sure. We've got plenty of water. Day 36. Sharikov is back. The visitor wasn't very happy that we didn't have a water chip or that we didn't know what one was. He did help himself to the water we offered and explained the chip is of utmost importance. Before we learned anything more, he left for the wasteland. -1 water. Oh, fuck. Okay. The first fallout. Because the chip in the water purifier is failing. To our surprise, we found Sharikov back in our shelter this morning. We're not exactly sure why or how it came back. Is it our good care it appreciates, our kind heart's optimism, or just our stockpile of soup cans? Only time will tell. Today's been fine for Dolores thus far. This morning's been calm enough for Ted, and he's doing well. It's always better when things are calm. Luckily, nothing new happened to Mary Jane today. No news is good news. There's nothing new going on with Timmy. Time to ration. Soup 'em up. Who to take outside, and what? Mary Jane, because she hasn't gone out yet. And what? Gas mask, cards. Well, let's have her take soup. Damn it. Day 37. Oh shit, there, that way you're just frozen. No, it's fine. One moment. Okay. Well, it might be going shitty. Anyway. potted mop. Day 37. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. Equipment soup. If there's anything to report about Dolores, this is where we would have written it. Ted is fine. Despite the dire circumstances and all the trouble we're going through, Timmy has been very brave. Bloop. Wait for instructions from the military, okay? A loud crash, a surprise shriek, and a bit of debris falling from our ceiling. Truly a recipe for a good start to the day. As it turns out, Sherikov found a new toy. A bit of innocuous wiring that it ripped out of the wall. Who knows what the cable's for, but our lights are still on, so it can't be that important, right? Should we take the wire away from our fluffy friend and investigate it? Yes. Might be a good plan. Day 38. We followed the wire outside and found a half-burnt-out truck with two surprised gentlemen inside, surrounded by an array of blinking bulbs. That's some space tech right there. Were they listening in on us hungry on shelter? The feeble excuse about a roadside picnic didn't convince us. Even Timmy knows you can't have picnics here, and the car had no wheels. Everything seems okay with Dolores. Ted is fine. Like the good scout he is, Timmy is making the best out of the situation. He even seems cheerful. Soup him up. Tim prepared a short message to be transmitted tonight. There are a few options on how it could be done, so let's try to pick out the best one, or just back out completely. It's not too late to give up on this idea. Well, if it's at night, you should probably do the flashlights. Ooh. Well. Day 39. Timmy went outside and climbed the highest point he could find, in which our situation turned out to be a fallen-over truck with two more cars stacked on top of it. Probably not the safest place to be, but he managed to transmit the message successfully and return safely. Now we wait. Dolores is doing quite well, or she just can't have anything to complain about. There isn't much going on with Ted, so no trouble, nothing new. Like the good scout he is, Timmy's making the best of the situation. He even seems cheerful. Let's shoot him up and water him up. Alexa's last expedition brought news of a vehicle parked just down the street. It sure looks unique, but we never got close enough to get a good look. We're most certain it's not a bandit trap. Perhaps we should send someone over to check it out. Let's send Ted. Day 40. A shocking discovery. It was a rusty tank. It was a little crispy around the edges, and it was also missing wheels and some other crucial parts. But the seats were fairly comfortable. Wouldn't it be amazing to just drive away and leave this radioactive hell behind us? Everything seems okay with Dolores. Ted says there's no need to worry about him. He's okay. Timmy's doing good. Well, at least it was 5 minutes ago. Time to ration supplies. Everybody gets soup and water. We stumbled upon a weird signal when changing radio frequencies. We're pretty sure that behind layers of terrible static and screams, we could hear a voice. A voice speaking in a foreign language. Oh dear. What if it's the Soviets? We should probably listen to it, but what about the children? Oh, it's the thing. Yeah, listen to it. Day 41. 41. We were relieved at first when we figured out it wasn't Soviets we heard. Turns out it was Canadians, which isn't that much better either. They're foreigners and we couldn't understand what they were saying. Not a word. How disappointing. Today was relatively calm for Dolores. There isn't much going on with Ted, no trouble, nothing new. Timmy might not look it, but he's a strong young boy. He's doing just fine. Soup for everyone. We wish we could just leave. Sitting down here with barely anything to do is driving us crazy. The cake is a lie. Day 42. There was a knock at the door. Still better to be safe down here than dead up there. If there's anything to report about Dolores, this is where it would have been written. Ted said there's no need to worry about him, he's okay. Timmy is on his best behavior, how long will it last? We don't know. Time to ration supplies. What's left? All of it. Oop. The agents who were spying on us are now at the door and wanted to explain themselves. Should we hear them out? I mean, okay, fine. Might be a mistake, but, well. Day 43. And Mary Jane's back. They briefly waved some sort of ID cards in front of our faces and told us they're on a top-secret government mission. The wiretap wasn't to spy on us, but rather the cat. It's suspected of being a Soviet agent. They're willing to let us into their super top-secret government safe house if we help them with some of their top-secret missions. They assured us they'd contact us again with more details. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. When a man is desperate enough, any place is good to look through to get food and water. Our expedition was coming home with nothing to show for all the searching, but they stumbled across full trash cans in our neighborhood. One man's trash is another man's treasure. One of our pre-blast neighbors threw out a few unopened cans of soup. Ha! Joke's on him. If he's in the shelter right now, he's probably full of regrets. With a lawn like that, who wouldn't be? Our little trip to the surface might have been spotted and followed. We should be more careful next time. Dolores is quite calm given the situation. There isn't much going on with Ted, no trouble, nothing new. Mary Jane didn't cause any trouble today, and no trouble dared to cross her path. Timmy is, well, good. At least 5 minutes ago. Soup for everyone. Started Wasteland remains unknown to us. Maybe we should risk it and go out. After all, you only live once. Ted is vigorous. Well, Wasteland's match for Mary Jane. Timmy can do it. Yes, we start preparing. Why not? What the hell? Use the gas mask and assist the army. Okay. Soldier sent another radio message requesting all drivers in the area to remain patient and await further instructions. It sounds like the extraction isn't coming as soon as we hoped. It would, as soon as we hoped it would. Additionally, the office from the broadcast requested that survivors who are able bring some gas canisters to the nearest bus stop. That are able to bring some gas canisters to the nearest bus stop should do it as soon as possible. That might take a while, so the only sane idea is to wear a gas mask. Yeah, sure. Day 44. All set. The canisters are in place, and we're safely back home. Well, if you call it that. And hopefully for not too long. We will see what the next few days will bring. Today was relatively calm for Dolores. Ted is fine. Mary Jane says she's fine and doesn't need anything. Timmy is good. Well, at least it was 5 minutes ago. Timmy's an odd one, that. Time to ration supplies. Soup and butter. Enough sitting around, it's time to get to the surface and look for some additional supplies. Maybe something survived the blast. Maybe someone is still alive. Let's find out. Let's send Dolores. She's the only one. That has not gone out. Yeah. Day 45. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she make it back safe and sound. Equipment is soup. There isn't much going on with Ted. No trouble, nothing new. Mary Jane didn't cause any trouble, and despite circumstances, Timmy is fine. Turn direction. Soup and water. Today we're visited by a strange-looking little man who introduced himself as a trader. He insisted his prices are so low that it's practically like cutting his own throat. The least we could do is take a look at his offer, although for some reason we don't really trust him. Oh. Well, we kind of need a suitcase so we can take more stuff and bring more stuff back. But we also kind of need a map. I think the suit or the harmonica or the map would be more. No. Harmonica. Day 46. Fair exchange. The weird man tried to make us buy fried cockroaches on a stick covered in some mysterious sauce. These snacks looked pretty disgusting, so we turned them down. But we bought something else from him. He looked a bit disappointed. Minus Monica plus suitcase. Ted is fine, nothing bothering Mary Jane, and Timmy is fine. Super. A group of doctors knocked on the door today, requesting some supplies that would be helpful in refilling your first aid kits. We didn't doubt they were the real deal for a second. They did have lab coats and everything. Sure, we'll give them water. We've got plenty. Day 47. We asked them for their doctor licenses, but all of them claimed they left them a pair of trousers. We didn't dare ask if it was just the one pair. We gave them a water bottle and wished them a good journey, and better luck with trousers. Ted says there's no need to worry about him, he's fine. Mary Jane isn't worried, and Timmy is okay. Soup and water. Enjoying little things in life is important in any situation. So Mary Jane found some seeds in the shelter. She got really excited. She thinks that with a little luck and enough water and soil, we might be able to grow our own food. We don't know if these are vegetable seeds, but if they are, planting them might be worth a shot. Shall we use a bottle of water to start our own garden? Yes, definitely. And there's knocking on the door again. I don't like it. Here goes nothing. Soil, seeds, water. We'll see what happens in a few days' time. Let's just hope these seeds don't turn into some useless flower. Mary Jane seems optimistic, though. There's nothing going on with Ted. Mary Jane didn't cause any trouble. And Timmy is a strong young boy, doing fine. Soup, water. We're about to go to sleep when we heard someone knocking on the door. Who could it be at this hour? Who could be in this part of the wasteland? How in the hell did they survive the nuke? Should we open up? It might be Dolores. Yeah, let's do it. We've got protection. Day 49. Timmy was right. The signal did come from his scout friends. They managed to track us down thanks to the transmission Timmy sent out a few days ago, and they came bearing gifts. Timmy was happy to reunite with his friends, if only for a day. All in all, this is a good day for us. +1 harmonica. Told you. Ted seems to be doing all right, even though the world has gone to a crappy place. Mary Jane says she's fine and doesn't need anything. And Timmy is okay. Soup. There's a small muddy pond in the park nearby. Too bad we forgot a fishing rod. Perhaps we could try to fish something out with this nasty water using the old suitcase. No. I don't think so. Day 50. One dip in the radioactive water would probably destroy the suitcase. We decided against the stunt. Can't stop thinking about the delicious meat fish we could have had for dinner tonight, though. Oh well. There isn't much going on with Ted. Mary Jane's fine, and Timmy is okay. Super Bowl. When conducting our daily supply count, we've noticed that a soup can was missing. We're absolutely sure it was there yesterday. That can mean one thing. We have a soup thief. We have a soup thief among us. Now we just need to figure out who the culprit is. I don't care. We literally have a fuck ton of soup. Hey, Dolores is back. Whatever happened to our precious soup, let it go. One can isn't worth the drama and arguments that would ensue, and we really don't have enough evidence to figure out who did it. Maybe we just made a mistake when counting. Did we ever know for sure? But if someone did steal it, they'll be taking their secret to the grave. We're glad to see Dolores coming back safely from the wasteland. Noises in our neighborhood could only mean trouble. We decided to follow their source and start tracking a group of scavengers. They weren't from around here, so we took the opportunity to liberate one of their backpacks. They had about a dozen more, so they probably won't miss one. The sound of glass hitting glass while running with the backpack could only mean one thing. Water. It might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again. Dolores is quite calm given the situation. Ted says there's no need to worry. It's impressive how well Mary Jane is doing. I like in words, I swear. I swear a lot. She looks fine. No news, good news. Nothing going on with Timmy. Supplies. It seems awfully quiet. Maybe it's not. We don't want to go, or we won't until we go out. Who will we send? You dream about those little things we did back in the day, when there weren't as many bombs falling down. Not on our heads anyway. Day 52. But fond memories are one thing, but we need to be ready for the harsh reality that awaits us. Today's been fine for Dolores. Ted seems to be doing all right. Mary Jane is handling the situation okay, and Timmy is being very brave. Super Bowl. Let's take outside. Who do we send? Let's take Ted and the suitcase. Take some soup. No. gas mask, I guess. Or have him take his first aid kit. Yeah, gas mask is fine. Day 53. Ted left for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon. Equipment, suitcase, soup, axe, and gas mask. Today's been fine for Dolores. Mary Jane and him as well. And Timmy seems okay. Time to ration. Soup mall. The Army started broadcasting again. They are requesting a representative from all survivor groups to meet at the specified location nearby. It seems they wish to question people